Hey,
Yeah. Oh, yours says live?
yeah, we're back for another one.
Yes, we are.
I hope everybody has had a good week.
Hi,
Um,
guys. Hey, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy
yes,
Thursday. Happy Thursday.
happy Thursday. We are back for another wonderful action-packed episode for you today. But for everybody that is returning, welcome. Thank you. The usual suspects, shout out to all you guys. But for everybody that's new, we are a local online news show. We talk about local, national, and international news. I am your co-host, Mr. Casey.
I just
That's
got a raise, so I think I'm the host now.
oh.
Lana Quest, your host.
There it is.
Next week I may be demoted. I may be the water girl or like bringing coffee to Mr. Casey there.
Nah, not even, not even. Um, but yes, welcome back everybody. But with that being said, how's your week been so far?
So, wow, my week. Guys, look at no splint today. Look at this hand. You don't even see
Yes.
the scar anymore. For anyone who hasn't joined us before, who doesn't know my issue, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, I swear. But be careful with avocados. I had a
Ooh.
major cut with an avocado. We had a little fight. The knife went through the pit and it went through my tendons. So I can't even really open my hand up, and this pinky, I really can't move it. I can't bend it all the way
Uh,
down. So I'm still having some issues and some residual effects of this. I'm going to therapy for my hand. It's like a workout. Like up, down, up, because I can't do a fist. That's crazy.
ah.
It really hurts trying to do a fist. I
Dang.
I can't even like, well, it looks like I can, but I can't close up on that. So I don't know. Anyway, that was that's me. I'm out of the splint. So I am happy about that.
Right? That's
Um,
good. Shoot.
yeah. Yeah. How was your week? What have you been doing? Real quick.
Um, yeah, my week's been all right, trying to get some things together in the on the in the background of what we do, just
Right.
trying to get some more people involved, but
Yeah.
it's been good.
Also known as subscribe. So everyone out there, while we're waiting for, the chat to fill up, that subscribe button and that notification bell so that we don't have
Yes.
to send links out. You guys just appear. Just like we
Right,
appear,
right.
you guys just pop up. So yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said he's doing. And yeah.
Right, right. And that is your first reminder of the night
Yes.
to, just
Yes.
like you said, like, share, subscribe, all of that.
Right.
But with that being said, you ready to get the show started? I know
I
I am.
am. What you
Yeah,
got?
so let's do it.
What you got going on?
So let me just get comfortable. All right. So like we always do, we are going to start the show
Focusing.
with some quick news. This is something that some news that we think should people should know about. But because of time and things like that, we won't go into a deep dive. So again, everything that we talk about will be in the description box below after the show. So you guys can go check it out, do your own reading, do your own research
Right.
and all of that. But we will start with um, there are some updates to a story that we talked about in Florida with the building collapsing.
Mm.
The It's unfortunate, but the death toll is up to 60, and they're down to about 105, maybe 102 people still missing.
Right.
Um, and it's so unfortunate. Um, and it's not necessarily unfortunate. It's just um, what do they call them? Slumlords or
Are they
something like
still?
that.
Well, they're condos though, right?
What in the sense of they're not taking care of the property. Like there was a lot of issues that could have been dealt with earlier.
Right.
And as far as building integrity and
Right.
making sure certain things
Right.
are up to code.
Right.
So I shouldn't say slumlord, but just they didn't take care of the people that were living there,
Right.
and it's unfortunate, and now we have this situation.
Right.
But because of it though, Florida has picked up their building inspections. So hopefully this could be a learning lesson, and people that own buildings and property where people stay or work, make sure everything's up to code. It's important. It's where people may live, work.
Right.
Kids may play because it may have like some type of facility inside the building for kids to have fun, things like that. So
Right.
definitely, please, if you own something, keep it up to code so situations like this don't happen. Um,
Oh, can I add two things to that?
yes.
Just like real quick. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, no, go right ahead. Go
So,
right ahead.
so I know that they're also having an issue, going to have an issue with insurance now. So even when they
Mm,
rebuild those properties uh, over and around that area, because of the way they're built and how they're built, and insurance is going sky high, or they're going to have to like
wow.
buy added insurance because nobody wants to insure those condos anymore. Second thing is,
Wow.
today they were asking DeSantis about regulations because a lot of this is about deregulations, like not,
Mhm. Mhm.
they're being inspected, but how are they being inspected? Like, what are your regulations? What are your codes? And these
Yeah.
people are in his pocket, they're his donors. So he's not trying to increase the regulations of these buildings. He said that today. He kind of like, yeah, glossed over it. So anyway, DeSantis, you guys want him or you don't
Hey,
want him. You decide, Florida. Figure it out, Florida. But I digress.
yo, that's crazy. That is so crazy. Um, Next, moving right along. This is kind of some local news. So if people here in Massachusetts, specifically in the Boston, where I-95, I can't remember all the cities
Hmm.
on that, but here there were a group of men, black men, coming from either Tennessee, coming from somewhere, coming through Massachusetts to go to Vermont for a training. And apparently, somewhere in there, they ran out of gas or their car broke down on the side of the highway. And they were in full, tactical uniforms, had their
Hmm.
AKs out, like they was just, it looked like they was ready for battle. Some people saw that, called the state police, and ensuing of that, there was an 8-hour standoff, a full days of work standoff with the local state police. There were six, I think, men involved. Uh, right now, they just got had arraignment. It was and that right there, and that was crazy because they were like, "Yo, we don't fall under your laws and regulations," and they were like, "We don't want lawyers. We want to represent ourselves." And that again, that's a whole nother situation in itself. But eventually, they did get lawyers, and they
Right.
all are in jail right now. So I'll have the information about that. Y'all can read it, and we will keep you guys up to date when more information about that comes out. But that situation was crazy. I was like, wait, what? Guns standoff? You don't really hear
Right.
about black people in situations like that unless there's protesting and things like that where guns are not involved. So to hear a situation like this, I just wait,
Right.
huh? But anyway, I'll have links to that so you guys can read more about it as well. Um, I am not a fan of Tucker Carlson in any shape, form, or fashion. He is a horrible,
Yes,
horrible
it
person.
is.
Um, Did I mention that he's a horrible person? But anyway,
No, you
if you
didn't.
guys, yeah, well, he is horrible. But recently, he earlier this week, he had made claims that NSA was spying on him. Well, it comes to find out, and this reporting is coming from Axios. They're great journalists. They have a lot of good, do a lot of good reporting, and I'll make sure to have a link so you guys can read some of their stuff.
Mhm.
But this is particularly coming from Axios, and it's coming. It's what's being said, and a lot of the facts aren't out there yet. But basically, to sum it up, and again, I'll have the link. You guys can read it. To sum it up, NSA was doing, typical surveillance on their, adversaries or what have you. While doing that, Tucker was in communication with some people. I'm not sure if they were in the Kremlin
Mhm.
or what have you, but he was in touch with some people in the Russian government to set up an interview
Right.
with Putin. Now, regardless, I don't like either one, but as a journalist, he's free to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Journalists interview dictators
Is he a
and
journalist?
problematic people.
Is he a journalist?
No,
No, he's not.
no,
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 he's not a journalist.
no.
No,
He's not.
we're not
He's
giving
not.
him
He's
that.
not.
We're not. Erase that last part. He is not a journalist. He's
What did they say? Take that away from the
yeah,
record.
take that off the record. He's not a journalist. We're
But
not close on
he
him.
was trying to set up an interview um, with Putin. And in general, a lot of people do that. That's fine.
Mhm.
What they're saying is he even though he wasn't specifically targeted, even he was talking with people who were targeted. Kind of like a blanket sweep where the police come through and arrest the whole block,
Right.
and they're not necessarily trying to arrest you per se. They're trying to
Right.
get other people. It's just you just happen to get caught up in the whole block raid. So
Right.
that's the kind of the situation that's going on now. But this is Tucker Carlson. I mean Tucker Carlson. Excuse my language. So he's making a big hoopla about it, and again, I'll have links so y'all can read about this in the description. And let's see what we got. So I want to give a big shout out. Again, all this is quick news. We'll have links to this so you guys can check this out. But I want to give a big shout out and congratulations to Nicole Hannah Jones and Mr. Coates.
Yeah.
They have been they're taking a tenure position at Howard University to further the educating of young black journalists, which is
Right.
awesome. Both of those individuals are excellent at what they do. They're always bringing you the information. They don't hold no punches.
Right.
I've seen them both on numerous TV shows, not TV shows, but news outlets, talking about different issues, things that affect the black community, or just politics and things like that. They're definitely knowledgeable. So for future journalists and people going to Howard, you guys definitely will have a big one up in how you view and report.
Right.
So big shout out to them. Um, Next, we're going to transition to New York. And so as of right now, Mr. Eric Adams uh,
Mhm.
has won the primary for the New York mayor. So there's still more stuff to go, but he's taking that lead. He's an ex cop. He's an investor. He has a lot of stuff on his resume, which qualifies him to run for mayor in office. A lot of people like his messaging, his platform. So um, congratulations to him. He still has still more racing to go, but
Mhm.
this is one hurdle that he definitely accomplished. So congratulations to him. And again, I'll have all this in the description. Um, let's see. Oh, lastly, I'm gonna end it on this one, and then we're gonna transition. And I'll let Miss Quest have the floor. But the Patriot Front, uh, they marched in Philly. uh, yeah, very, very wild. Why? It's reminiscent of what happened in Charlottesville when all those um, um, evil people were marching and with tiki torches. And
Yep.
I'm not going to recite what they were saying because it's just vile. It
Right.
doesn't need to be said. But they're feeling emboldened, marching in Philly on the 4th of July. Like, wow, this is it's just blatant disrespect. No, how does that honor the troops? Like, let's. But anyway, it was horrible. But again, I'll have links to this so you guys can read it. But with that being said, the quick news is up. It's done. You can cross it off, people. And now we're about to give it to Miss Quest with the quotes. Let's get it.
All right. So this segment of the show is Guess the Quote. We are going to try to speed through this. I have a few quotes. It's quotes from the week. These are not verbatim quotes. There are just, some quotes that I hear. So don't kill me. Not verbatim. Let's get into it. The first quote: "It's not my job to heal the University of North Carolina."
Mm, it is not my duty,
Not my job to heal
not my job.
the University of North Carolina. Again, this is the segment of Guess the Quote. These are quotes from this week, the week prior. Um, yeah,
Hmm.
that's the first. Come on, y'all have to know this.
Can we get a hint? Can we get a
It's
hint?
no, it's not my job to heal the University of North Carolina. I know the
Hmm.
usual suspects got this. Somebody's got
I,
this. If you
oh
are
yeah.
watching right now, please jump into the chat and play this game with us. Guess the
Yes,
quote.
please.
Nice cup. Yes,
Mm.
Nicole Hannah Jones. Thank you.
I hope
Second,
everybody likes the new cup.
yes, I
Mm-hmm.
do. Second
Mm.
quote, second quote. Not a single member of my party voted for the rescue package, but you're going to get a lot of money from it. Not
Hmm.
a single member of my party. This is a brag. We didn't vote for it, but y'all, we going to get a lot of money from it. Not a
Hmm.
single member of my party voted for the rescue package, but you're going to get a lot of money from it.
Hmm.
Cities and counties will get close to
I'm not,
7 to $8 million.
hmm.
Oh gosh, they got it. They got it. Wow, they were quick today. Yes.
Yeah, they on it.
Mitch
So
McConnell. Yes, absolutely. Nice.
let's
Okay.
get it.
Next quote is a response to what Mitch just said. The quote is, "So you're just gonna vote no and take the dough?"
You're gonna vote no and take the dough.
In response to Mitch McConnell.
Let's see.
She is a House representative woman.
House rep.
Yep.
Let's see.
Um,
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to phone a friend and go with the usual suspects. Cause
she is a high one of the high members of the House.
high
Not
members
Biden.
of the house.
She's in the House of Representatives. Yes, Pelosi. Oh, good job. I know.
Oh,
Phone a
they on
friend.
point.
Phone the usual suspect. Okay, couple more,
Let's
couple more.
go.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. Let's see. Why does the left hate America when growing up everyone stood for the flag. Like it's just it's such a dumb thing to say. Ugh. I can't stand this guy. This is a hint. Why does the left hate America when growing up everyone stood for the flag? Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hint. So when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That's what this guy does. When the tough get when the wait, when the tough gets going. No, wait, when the going gets tough, this guy goes to Cancun. There you
There we
go.
go. Yo, we got it. We got it. Yo,
Yeah,
Michelle P
cruise.
is on a roll. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, last quote. Okay, this one's gonna be a little tough. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tough. Well, maybe let's do two. People's comments show they rally patriotism over basic morality, and the commercials, the statements, and the phony sentiments regarding Black lives was just a hoax. People's comments
Hmm.
show they rally around patriotism over basic morality, and that all the commercials, all the statements, and all the phony sentiments regarding Black lives is just a hoax.
Just
So this person did something this week that people didn't like at the Olympics.
was it no at
Well, not at the
ah
Olympics, at the Olympic trials. I'm sorry.
yeah. Oh, and
At
I
the
can't. I can't.
at the
Yes.
trials.
Ah. I can't think of the person's name. Can't. Ah.
People's
Hold
comments
on. Maybe I
show they
need
rally.
a step.
Well, close. It's close. It's not shy. Shy. It's not shy carry.
Shikari.
Shikari. Yeah, it's not Shikari. It-
I wanted. I close. There.
so she okay, this woman throws the hammer. She's the hammer thrower.
Yes.
That big
Like the real life Thor, or not necessarily. It's the
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she's the hammer thrower. Oh, I'm gonna have to tell you guys. Last name Berry. First name. Okay, Gwen Berry. Her name's Gwen Berry.
Winberry.
Gwen Berry. Gwen Berry, when they put the national anthem on, she turned her back.
He
So
said nope.
no.
I know you guys seen the picture. It's her just standing there with her hand on her hip,
Yeah.
doing a little thing, and the
Terry
two other
Crews.
ladies are.
He said Terry Crews. Terry Crews would never do that. What are you talking about? No way.
We don't know who that is. Who is that?
No, we don't know who Terry Crews is. All right. So I'm gonna hand that back over. Thank you guys for playing the game. That was great.
Yes,
One day we will have some prizes, but we got to fill up this chat. So people, if you are watching, please join our chat. Ah!
yes. We got to
Fun.
get this. We got to keep the engagement up
Yes.
above 50%. We're
Join our
trying to
chat.
affect the YouTube algorithm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Join
it's
the
a real
chat.
thing. Nobody knows how it works. It's magic and gum fairy. I don't know, but engagement and hitting that like button affects that. So if you
It
can do
sure
that,
does. It sure
we
does.
would appreciate that. But we're gonna move right along into the next segment. We are getting into some of the headlines, and again, everything that we talk about will be in the description. Um, so for the first headline news, um, and this is a sad one. But we're gonna go international, and it's being reported the other day that the Haitian president was assassinated. His name was, and hopefully for all our Haitian viewers, please don't flame me in the comments. I'm horrible with names, but the gentleman's name is Jovenel Mosey, um, and he was the president of Haiti. A lot of people didn't really like him too much. He didn't hold elections for the local level or the federal level. He just wanted to have all the power to himself. Um, Haiti's had, unfortunately, a troubled history when it comes to corruption and men in power. When you have Papa Doc and his son, when they were, controlling Haiti with violence. And, the city was poor, but they had lavish banquets and eating, and it's unfortunate. Then you have the earthquake
Right.
that just devastated, devastated them, and they're still feeling the effects from that, even now. And this is just something that's compounding, a country, a nation that, they need help, and I know some of my great good friends here, are Haitian, and they have family members over there, and I know they want peace. They want to be able to, not just here, but over there. They want to be free. They want to be able to do what they need to do to provide for families, start businesses, things like that. And they're just getting hit time after time, year after year, with one tragedy that's just bigger than the next. And unfortunately, this is just that next step. I won't even say step, but just that next issue. Um, and so he got assassinated. His wife was injured in the melee. It's being reported by CNN that she is out of the woods. She's not out of danger yet, but she's doing a lot better than before. The prime minister, or the ex prime minister, has called for an investigation. And all this happened within the last, you know, 9 to 10 hours, maybe even 12. So a lot of this stuff is moving fast, very fluid. Um, but just to get to current where we are right now, or where they are right now, um, they have arrested 6 people in connection with the assassination. Um, there were 6 Colombians, 2 Americans involved in the assassination of President uh, Jovenel Moise, Haiti's acting prime minister. Haiti's acting prime minister Claude Joseph said in a news conference earlier today. Joseph said that they were arrested. Most of the attackers involved, and asked the public to keep helping us. And if you see something, say something. So they do have people in custody. Um, they are looking for more people in connection. And of course, we're not in Haiti, but if you have family members out there, connect with them.
Yep.
You know, if you can help, do what you can, because this is definitely an unfortunate situation. No one should be assassinated. It should be democratic. If you don't like them, vote them out. Put laws in place that limit how long a person can be in office. Kind of like what we got here. 4 terms, you vote, you out, you get voted, you stay. You know, um, but they just definitely need help, um, whether it be donations, but they definitely have to get their government situated and under control so that they can stabilize that, then stabilize their country, get the resources needed. Um, but it's definitely tragic that he was assassinated. But I'll have links to that. Moving right along, the next thing that I want to talk about, uh, I'll keep it brief, um, but it's definitely important. Please, people, if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please get
Yes.
vaccinated.
Get
Um,
vaccinated.
it's important. There is a new variant called the Delta variant, and it's of course down south, Texas, Alabama, parts of Florida, um, and it's affecting people who are not vaccinated. So if you have a family member, yourself, if you haven't done it, it's out there.
Right.
You can just walk into your local um, location, get the shot, so
Shut.
you can be protected, your family, please. And we've reported this before. They've dropped the age down to 16. So your teenagers, if you have some in your family or
12.
friends,
12.
down to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes.
Hmm.
So 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
So basically, 12 and up, majority of your family, if you have smaller babies, that's better because now everybody's protected. So they don't even have to worry about it.
Right.
But if you have it, please get it. Um, they're saying that this Delta variant is a lot more severe than previous. But Pfizer, Johnson Johnson, Moderna, they're all making um, uh, booster shots that can combat this variant
Right.
if it does kind of kickstart this whole thing all over again. Um, but with that being said, with that being said, as a whole, things are getting better. Our numbers are lower, excuse me, than they have been pre, like right before last summer. So we are moving in a good direction. Things are good. Countries opening up. People are going out, even if they're acting crazy. People are out
Yeah, they
trying to
are.
have fun, wilding out. So things are good. But again, if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please get it. And if you're in the state of Massachusetts, they're having a Vax-A-Million contest. So if you get vaccinated, you can enter a contest to win
Yes.
$1 million, people.
Yes. Five
Um,
drawings. There's going to be five drawings, I think,
yes,
right? Five.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think the first one is
The
next week.
26th. I
Oh,
thought
the
it was like the,
26th?
I think it's like the 26th. I think it's
Oh, okay.
towards the end. I think.
Towards the end.
I
No,
think
okay.
so.
We'll double check. We'll double
Yeah.
check. But hey, you want $1 million? You could be a millionaire.
Yeah.
And they do
And
have
it,
stuff.
oh, go on. No, go on. Sorry. No, no, you're
Oh,
probably
well,
going
I
to
was gonna
say,
say,
go ahead.
they do have prizes for teens.
Yeah.
Um, the $1 million prize is for everybody 18 and over. If you're
Yes.
18 and under,
Yep.
and you're a student, they're giving out scholarships. I think they're also giving out something else, but it's school oriented. That looks like they're paying for like half year tuition and books
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
So hey, if you're in the state of Massachusetts and you think give back, enter a drawing, win $1 million, get scholarship if you're under 18.
Yeah.
So but please, this is very serious. There's a lot of things going on between this, people burning up over in California. Like there's still a lot on our plate. The snow caps are still melting, not the snow caps, but the ice caps and you know all that. The water is melting. Icebergs, they're melting people. There's a lot of stuff going on, but with this is something that you can act on immediately. It's something that you can do um, that will protect you and your family members and friends.
Yeah.
So please um, get vaccinated, especially if you're in the South, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Upper Florida
Yeah.
area, because that's where this Delta variant is heavily um, where it's at the most.
Right.
So please, um, get vaccinated. We can go out and have fun. You know. Moving right along, I'm going to my last one actually is about owning a home. I try to let people know, hey, if you can save up, get a house. That's where you can build equity. You can start to have the quote unquote American dream. Um, but right now, it's crazy because a lot of these corporations, a lot of these hedge fund companies are going into these areas, whether they're rich areas or poor areas, mainly poor areas or up and coming areas, and buying up all the houses, whether they're single family, two family, three family, what have you. They're buying up these properties and they're making it harder for first time home buyers to even think about it. And this isn't necessarily a particular story, but it's just about living and being able to, generate wealth. It's that's one place to do it. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but I know owning a home is how you can start to build that. Pay it off, you keep it, you can sell it, gain some money from it, or pass it down to your kids. Now they got a place to stay and they don't have to go out and look for an apartment.
Right.
It's just something I want to put out there in the universe, something a little different than what we normally talk about here on the show. We're always giving you information about news, what's going on.
Right.
But this is also a part of that because some of the changes that we want will help first time home buyers make rates lower, make things more affordable, more accessible, to get loans and things like that. But we can't get things like that to be able to buy a home and things if we don't have the right people in place. A lot of these Republicans, they don't care. They'll make sure they'll do everything they can. Red line, prime example. They don't want you to own a home because they know that's one of the fastest and easiest ways to start building wealth. And they're doing everything that they can to stop us currently. There's a lot of younger people who aren't able to do that because of jobs not paying enough. Not You got a room with like five people, to have an apartment, and that's not helping you be able to save money so that you can then think about, what, I want that 3-bedroom house or a 4-bedroom house, or a nice 2-bedroom with a pool in the backyard, driveway, and garage. You know what I mean? Like just being able to think about stuff like that is awesome. But we can't if we don't have people in place that make it easier and more accessible for people to take loans and be able to, further their education or things like that so they can get a job so that they can save and then get a home. See, all of this stuff is connected. So that's why I wanted to talk about this particular issue about home ownership and what's going on with these hedge fund companies, these multi-million-dollar companies coming into, neighborhoods and buying up all the property. You also have what that does, that raises value, that raises rates, that makes it less accessible for first-time home buyers and even people who have, a good income. Because now that's higher, maybe what they have saved was for them to get something like that. But now because Wells Fargo or one of these major companies and hedge funds and bought the house down the street, not just that, but 3, 4 houses, now the property value then came up. Now you have to have a bigger down payment. Now you may not necessarily qualify for a bigger loan because now the rates have risen. So all of this stuff is connected. Again, this isn't necessarily a particular article or anything like that. It's just what I've been seeing over these past couple months, especially now that COVID is starting to get under control and people are buying houses. I reported people are going above and beyond, going $1 million over asking price, putting trips and dinners into their bids. Like that's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
I don't have $1 million extra to go. Like what? You're paying $1 million over price. Like think about that. You can't. It's mind boggling. But anyway, that's just something for you guys to think about. I'm all about trying to build generational wealth. Again, it's something that we really don't talk about too much on the show, but it's still connected to the larger issues that we do talk about. But with that being said, I know you guys are tired of me. We're gonna pass it off to Miss Quest with her stuff and topics. Take it away.
All righty. That was good information, guys. I hope you got that. Get yourself some generational wealth. That is what we need. So what we're going to talk about over here is that, well, let me say this real quick. There's a disclaimer. Any non-white people watching, whatever I'm about to say is not a jab against you. I'm just going to talk about what's been happening in the Black community and how the Black community is feeling about what's going on this week. So first thing I want to talk about real quick, and I didn't know how to talk about this. It's like I got so many notes and I'm probably not even going to look at them. I want to talk about the Olympics and how the Olympics has banned the use of soul caps. So soul caps, Soul, soul, gotta have soul. Caps are a brand of British swim caps. Um, Specifically for diverse hair. You know, the gals with afros, dreadlocks, braids. So they're made a little larger, right? They're not like the standard caps. So the Olympics has banned these caps. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is such a horrible thing, because you may be saying in your head, hey, so why can't they just wear the regular caps? Because the regular caps don't fit our head. And that means that you're actually being exclusive. You're not being inclusive. So let me tell you a quick story. 3 years ago, I decided to go natural. My hair is in its natural state. So it is puffy. There are curls. Prior to that, it was straight. I would straighten my hair like a lot of Black women do, right? So we're talking about swim caps. So swimming is a thing that Black people typically didn't do, especially Black gals, right? Because if we got our hair wet, it would just puff up, and then your mama's going, get in that kitchen so I can straighten your hair again. Why were we straightening our hair? Right. So history behind that, because we've always been made to feel like our hair didn't look good, like it was wild, like it was unruly, like it was rough and the texture was hard and it was hard to manage. And that's how we felt. So we adopted the European standard, which is what we've always seen, right? Since you've taken a, since we were kidnapped from the continent of Africa and brought over here, that's what we started to see. That's what, the slave masters' wives, their hair was straight. And then it became just like the ideal thing of beauty. That's all we saw on TV commercials was straight hair. So we just started straightening our hair. So this is why this is so bad, is because at last, finally, Black and brown women have decided, you know, I'm wearing my hair the way I want to wear my hair. I'm okay with the hair that is coming out of my head. And I had to decide that too 3 years ago. I had to say, I don't want to leave this earth without even knowing what comes out of my head. What is growing out of my head? Like, I'm tired of it looking different. That's crazy. So now what the Olympic Committee has taken upon itself by saying, we don't want to use these caps. These caps are being banned. You're kind of saying we really don't care about diversifying the swimming category. We don't care if Black and brown people aren't in this category. We don't care. We're not trying to be inclusive. No, we're not doing it. And they got criticized, and boy did they get dragged, because that's crazy. I was telling Casey that I just had a surgery, and when you have to have the surgical cap or whatever that is. It looks like a shower cap on your head. And the man put it on. He was a white man. He put it, I felt him put it on my head because I had IV, and then this hand was numb because of the surgery. And it was like on half of my head. And I asked the nurse, is this on all of my head? And she's like, oh no. And she's like, well, if we can't, we'll just use two caps, or I'll see if I can get a large cap. The moral of the story is, Black people are in this world. Brown people are in this world. We have diverse hair. It is big. It is unruly. It is braided. It is dreadlock. Change your rules. We're not going anywhere. We are not going to change our hair back to the way you want our hair. So come on into this century and let's do this thing. Imagine we just got brown band-aids. Every time I think about it, I'm baffled by this. Our whole childhood, we didn't have brown band-aids. We had to walk around with white band-aids on our skin until, brown people, Black people are like, no, we're going to invent our own band-aids, and they're going to be for all of our colors, all of the colors we are. That's what we're doing. And now finally, the Band-Aid brand finally has brown band-aids. Guess what? I'm not buying your brown band-aids. I'm gonna buy Browndages or whatever color. I know I'm off, but I'm just saying, we're fighting to be included here. We really are. So we need your help. you have to use soul caps and things that are made for us. Not only do you have to, we demand it. And we demanded it so much that now I read a couple of days ago that they're reevaluating their decision on these soul caps. It's not like these caps don't have motors on them. It's not giving anyone an edge. It's just fitting our hair in there. We're
Mm-hmm.
tired of you. There's the Crown Act, and I know this is probably going to be my whole story because I'm not going to do anything else. We're gonna stay right here. We just gonna talk about black hair for a minute, until it's time to go. There's the Crown Act,
Let them know.
right? The Crown Act has been passed, right? What is the Crown Act? The Crown Act um, protects us from being discriminated against because of our hair. It's not in every state; it's in some states. I think it's in California. The bigger question is, why do we have to have the Crown Act? Why can't y'all just not discriminate? Why can't we just wear our hair the way we want our hair? Why can't we send our children to school with braids without you saying that is out of a dress code? At what point did somebody sit down and write up dress codes and say, and oh yeah, we're not going to have cornrows? Who does that? Oh, we're not going to
Right?
have extensions. No, because it is a direct attack on black and brown people. It is like, we see you. We know what you're doing. This is not, it's calculated, right? It's the more we speak out about it, the more we come into who we are, the more we are not perming our hair the way you want us to. And we're sending our kids to school with dreadlocks, with the braids, with the beads, stuff from where we're from, our culture. You're getting in your feels. You upset about it. So now that's why you got these dress codes. I mean, remember the kid, they wouldn't even let the boy walk across the stage of
Yep.
his own graduation because one day he's in dress code because he pinned his dreads up, and then they said, you know what, we're going to add in this dress code hairpins. You can't have hairpins because those are accessories. So now he can't pin his hair up, so he has to either cut it or not walk across the stage. So you're talking about an A student can't even walk across the stage. He said, I'm not walking across the stage. I'm keeping my dreadlocks. You're not going to do that to
Yeah.
me. You're not going to do me like you did that wrestler who couldn't even compete because you're like, his hair is too long. That is an attack on us. That it reminds me of like that master enslaved relationship. Like, I'm above you. It's like it's that white supremacy. I'm telling you what to do. You cut your hair or you gotta go. You tell me how many jelly beans are in that jar, or you can't vote. They're putting all these obstacles in front of us. And it's even in the hair, like as simple as in the hair, but it's on purpose. It is a sneak attack. They do not want
Mm-hmm.
those black women and men in those swimming competitions, because guess what? We didn't already black and browning the Olympics anyway. Because everywhere you
Mm-hmm.
see, you got black and brown people. You got Asian people. They're already not feeling that because we're just monopolizing it. The Africans are just monopolizing track and field. So they out there saying, oh no, there's too much testosterone and you're like, it's a natural, their body naturally
Mm-hmm.
is giving off this, but they're like, nope, you can't be in the Olympics. It's too high. Who, what? What are you talking about right now? No, because it's too black, right? They're hanging on to these little competitions. Swimming, we're starting to get our swimming feet on, our swimming
Right?
legs. They don't like it. So that is my story. I am going to end it there because I'm literally getting hot because the nerve of you to tell my daughter that she cannot wear braids or that they can't wear extensions. Why are y'all so hell bent on controlling people? Stop it. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a little late. I'm gonna end it there because I know I probably got you guys fired up out there, and you should be fired up. Hell, this is crazy. You're
Yo.
attacking me, you're attacking our children. They should be able to wear their hair the way they want to wear their hair. They're so busy chasing our hair down and Black History down, the insurrectionists running around doing whatever they want to do. That's
Mm.
insane. So we're gonna end it on just a little bit of Black history is American history. So stop trying to keep
Mm-hmm.
it out of your schools. If you haven't heard of Axe Handle Saturday, Axe Handle Saturday happened on August 27th, 1960. Uh, Teen NAACP Youth Council President Rodney Hurst and his peers staged a sit in a whites only counter in Jacksonville, Florida, probably a Woolworths because that was like the thing back then was Woolworths.
Mm-hmm.
Um, During this sit-in, because the sit-in was always for desegregation. They wanted to desegregate the lunch counters because they were segregated. So they staged a sit-in in a whites only counter in Jacksonville, Florida. They were attacked by 200 whites with bats and axe handles. That is why they are calling it Axe Handle Saturday. So
That's
Black
wild.
history is American history. This is what they're trying to hide. We are not going to hide it here because Black history is American history and it is important. Please, guys, like, subscribe, share this video. Casey gave you some great information about the housing, the variant. What's Up People News wants to thank you. Thank you, team. Thank our friends and family. And guys, have a good weekend. Um,
Yes.
and I think we're going to close out right now.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.